All right, so this is Jared Greenberg for District 3 City Council seat. So one of my ideas is this is one of the drainage ponds. This is between the Dateland and Southwest Quick Street. And I mean, look at it. This is beautiful, you know, and the kids are always playing around the lake. Might as well put in a little floating dock and do a little gazebo, and people could rent it out on the weekends for birthday parties and stuff, because this is a very surreal spot. And thanks to the city for putting in all these beautiful trees. They're starting to mature and it's looking good, and people can enjoy an evening watching the ducks go by and watching nature and fish, and this is perfect. And that is if the local neighbors that are on this retention pond agree that they'd like to have that feature. But I think it would be a real nice feature to have, and this is just one of many that I'm going to be showing the video of, because this is kind of like an L. It goes that way and that way, and so it'll be pretty cool. All right, so this is the pond between when you come off the bridge and on Southwest Abraham, and thanks to the Beckers for keeping this area nice and clean. Shout out to them, great job. And so this, tons of people use this for fishing, and why not have a small little fishing pier out there covered, so when it starts pouring down rain you can still enjoy the day, and put in a gazebo, you know, an easy 30 by 30 covered gazebo, and then that way it can be used, and you can have a kayak launching area so that kids and whoever can enjoy kayaking. And this is a very easy, doable solution to use a drainage retention pond for a local park and recreation, and I think it would be very easy to do. And once these trees get matured, it's going to be gorgeous. I mean, the potential is amazing. And then whatever commercial property that gets built over there will have a nice surreal spot to look at, and to enjoy their lunch on their lunch breaks. So once again, Jared Greenberg, District number 3, vote for me, and we'll try to get it done. All right, here is another retention pond. This is on, I think the street is Quinson and Becker, so that's Becker Road. And this is a beautiful body of water. Granted, I think we need to do a couple more trees, and that way we get some nice couple more cypress, and that way in 20 years from now, these would be huge nesting trees for egrets and for blue heron. And it's awesome to be able to come out and watch a blue heron's nest and raise their young. And I mean, this would be a great spot for putting in a kayaking launching ramp, and a covered gazebo and a little fishing pier, and then make it big enough so it has amenities, so you can grill and whatnot and so forth. And of course you have to have trash cans, gotta have the trash cans, and that way the trash is kept out and people can enjoy this body of water. I mean, this you can easily put in a 40 by 40 gazebo, and it won't be dominating the landscape, and it will never overflow because it dumps into the C-23 canal, and so you can have it right at the highest water point that it'll be at, so it'll feel like you're on the water. And that's a pretty cool feature, because look at that sky. I mean, that is a beautiful sky, and glass finish. Granted, you know, this is big enough to put a ski boat in, but I don't think you want to ski, because skiing is much easier in the C-23 canal. And come join me any day you want to go skiing. All right, so here's another drainage retention pond on Macefield and Edinburgh. And this is the part number 7 that I'm talking about. This is the little drainage canal in the back there that connects that street and all the streets down there to I-95 and dumps into that overflow to the C23 canal. So all we have to do is put in two 10-inch pipes over there going all the way that way to connect all those ponds, and two 10-inch PVC pipes going all the way that way to connect those overflows so they dump into the PC07 overflow into the C23 canal, which is right there. And so as you can see, there's about a foot difference that will rise and then it will naturally dump into that. So this will always be only a foot higher than this before it dumps into the C23 canal that dumps into the Indian Ocean lagoon when the control structure is lowered to allow the water to overflow. But back onto my point, this is gorgeous. You know, put a little floating pier in, covered gazebo, and that way public can enjoy it. And the neighbors all back there and all along that way, you know, will get rid of the mosquito-ridden canal behind their homes and be able to enjoy the the C23 canal without having to build a bridge and increase their recreational use of that area. All right, here is another one. That is Becker Road right down there, and I'm at the corner of Lackawanna, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Abacus, or Abyss. Abacus, I think is the pronunciation. But I mean, look at these cypress trees. These are going to be gorgeous trees in 15 years from now. And the birds that are going to be nesting here, the waterfowl, is just great. It's just super great. And you know, you can have a nice little floating dock on here and a little gazebo, and it'll be great. And then the neighbors, you know, you got 1, 2 pulling off for the sprinkler system, which is nice because if you pull it from the bottom, you suck up all the nitrogen and nitrates and put it back in your yard. So, but yeah, this is a great spot for utilizing what I call the little pond parks in our city. And so I think there's about 8 of them that we could easily put in. Granted, you know, it'll be a little different than the average pond park, but it's using what we currently have and making what we currently have just a little bit better for us to enjoy wildlife and getting back to what really matters, and keeping the what God gave us green and clean. Right, and here is another little pond park that we could put in, and this is between Hallmark and Ingus on Abyss, and this is the memorial for the little girl that drowned, and very tragic. And I think I need to come and do some cleaning up. Got a lot of trash here. But yeah, a little fishing pier and a little gazebo. Simple. This would probably be a 12 by 12, you know, gazebo, because you don't want to have, you don't want it to be dominant, you know. But I think it'll be quite nice. And this is one between Eagle and Falkirk. And look at the water birds. He got himself some breakfast. See if I can zoom in on his little fish that he's eating. You can see it flickering there. You see he's gonna twitch it. Oh, he almost got it. There he goes. Got some breakfast. But I mean, this is surreal watching wildlife in your backyard. You know, and if you could do it in a covered gazebo, talk to your neighbors after a nice day of working, I mean, it'll be great, because this is relaxing. Water is very relaxing for relieving stress, and why not make this available to the residents, to the local community, to be able to do that. And this connects to that drainage, which connects to the mini canal, which connects to the C23 canal. So, but yeah, another little pond park. There's a little small floating fishing pier and a gazebo. So these small ones, I'd say get a 12 by 12, and it'll be, and not saying these all get done right away. No, I'd say maybe one a year, you know, see how the first one works out, get the feedback from the residents and from the community, and then keep on improving, you know. And obviously these will have handrails and whatnot and so forth, because you don't want to promote unwanted risk. So, all right, this is the pond, the drainage retention pond for I-95 east of I-95 bridge or overpass over the C23 canal. And so this is a huge body of water, and obviously these need all the Brazilian peppers and whatnot, need invasive species to be removed, and keep a natural hedge so the neighbors don't hear as much of I-95. But this is a huge area that could be recreational use. You know, you can put easily a jet ski or a ski boat in here. I mean, obviously you'd just be doing donuts the entire time, but it's possible, you know. But I'd much rather use the C23 canal because it's 22 miles long, you know, just saying. So, but yeah, there's another one. All right, so this is on the west side of I-95. That is Becker Road right there. That is the C23 bridge going over the C23 canal. And you could put 3 or 4 gazebos in here, because this is where I want to put in the C23 boat ramp park, so to speak. And that way you put in a couple of gazebos here, and this body of water, it's already here, it's no problem. And then you have this whole area under the bridge all the way down here, as far wide as you need for the community boat ramp park. And that'll open up a huge revenue. And this is already here. You don't have to build a retention pond. Use the retention ponds as they currently are. And so this drains into the C23 canal, which drains into the Indian River Lagoon. And so, yeah, it's quite surreal, this area. All right, so this is the one that's off Kester, and I don't remember what the that street's called, but once again, nice little pond park. And look at the 2 little ducks over there. Aren't they so much fun to watch? Waterfowl. And so obviously this needs a lot more trees, in my opinion, but a little floating ramp, a little gazebo. And what I was thinking also, if we do a different theme each park, like one might be a Frank Lloyd Wright theme, you know, so the gazebo would kind of resemble a Frank Lloyd Wright buildings and some of the other architecture that are famous, and do a design competition with the local colleges to come up with the different themes, you know, for the pond parks, and engage in the community of what their gazebo would want to look like and whatnot and so forth. So, but once again, Jared Greenberg, District Number 3, City Council, you got to vote and make sure you're registered to vote. And I hope to represent you guys, and we'll get a couple more pond parks, and it'll be great. All right, guys. So you guys really haven't ever seen my face yet in my videos, so I figured I'd post it. But so this is the theme, you know, a little pond park behind me would be the idea, and we wouldn't do them, you know, 9 of them in 1 year, because that's just crazy expensive. But we'll just do 1 a year, and slowly we'll get the community pond parks, and talk with a couple residents. Some of them would like a little walking trail around the pond park, you know, which makes sense. I mean, we have so much mulch that we recycle from all the trees that's debris. I mean, it's easy to put down mulch, you know, and that's a little walking path. And so, and do a little doggy thing so that they can put the manure in from the dog feces. And it'd be great. And then each one of them could have a little small kayak launching ramp. That way the kids in the area can learn to kayak, and you can take your grandkids and whatnot and so forth. So remember, Jared Greenberg, District 3, and look forward to serving you guys. Take it easy. God bless.